Where were you born?
Toledo, Ohio, the best city in the country.
Raised there as well?
Uh-huh.
Still reside there?
Not for real. I move around a lot.
And why the moving around?
Trying to get on this music for real.
What age did that start, moving around?
Moving around, what age did I start? 18.
Out of high school? I mean,
Yeah.
finished with high school?
Yep, straight out of high school, then went to college in California.
And what
for
college?
Football. It's a JUCO, Sierra College.
And how long did you get under your belt with that?
A quarter.
Freshman?
Mm-hmm.
And you dropped out?
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that a little later in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to Toledo, certain part you represent.
I represent the city.
Now, speaking of that area, what was that like during that time when you were growing up? Paint that picture for us.
Typical, for real. I can't call it nothing but fun, for real. It's typical, your everyday stuff, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, fun for real, you know what I'm saying? I played sports. I was a big sports fanatic, still is. So other than that, you got your streets on this side, you got sports on this side, you feel me? I stayed in the sport lane for the most part, for all the part, for real, for real. You feel me? You gotta show that you what you is, but other than that, it ain't nothing more to it.
Didn't get in street activity, didn't get in illegal activity?
Mm-mm.
Why not? Some do.
I ain't getting no street activity. I played sports. You feel me? My friends was in the streets. You feel me? But we all was in the streets for real. But we ain't really had to do all that for real. You feel me? It was no point for me to do that. You feel me? I had what I needed. So all I had to do was keep going on with what I wanted to do.
Not a rough upbringing for you.
No, I wouldn't call it that.
When you said you had fun, what was the most fun memory growing up for you? Out of all the fun things you got into, what was the most fun? Something that sticks out or stands out of me asking that question, thinking about you growing up in your past?
Stealing bikes. That probably was the most fun. Stealing bikes, like 10 bikes in one night, and either spray painting them and, going to do shit, or playing football for real. Really just hanging with the homies every day. That's all I really did was hang with the homies every day. We had our group of like 10 people. We wasn't no gang or nothing like that. We just used to all have fun though.
Now, stealing bikes,
That ain't no.
that's
real.
illegal.
Yeah, but that ain't illegal though. You feel me? That's illegal, but that ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is
It's relative.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Regular kid do that.
What was the point of stealing bikes back then for you?
Nothing to do. Fun. It was just fun.
Did you ever get caught?
Mm-mm.
And what was the point of spray painting the bikes?
So they want to know it's their bike.
Did you steal from people you actually knew, or was this random?
No, it was just random.
And how would you do it back then?
We'd just see a bike, just go take the bike.
Just hop on it and...
Yeah, just hopped on the bike and then just go.
Would they ever be chained up? Would they ever be secured?
Nah, where we was at, we'd just ride through and just see a bike, you know what I'm saying, and just take the bike for the most part.
Longest you kept a stolen bike for?
They used to be gone quick. I used to sell them to the niggas in the hood for $5. Cause I stayed in the hood, so I just sell them to them niggas because they always wanted bikes.
Why only $5? Why not 10, 15, 50 bucks?
Money never really been a big, you know what I'm saying? Like I never really looked at it as something big for real till I got older.
Now, growing up, did you grow up under the roof of both of your parents?
No, not under the same roof, no.
They split at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Were they married?
Nah.
What age were you or what grade were you when your parents split?
I can't even remember. It had to be when I was kid.
Do you know the reason why?
Mm-mm.
And after they split, did you stay under the roof of your mother or your father?
Both. Weekends with Pops and then, feel me, weekdays with Mom.
Would you ever stay under a certain length of time or period under your father's roof other than just a weekend?
I really ain't keep track for real. It was cool for me for real, for real. My mom stayed on the west side, my dad stayed on the south side, so it was cool. I was cool on both sides for real.
Did they have a good relationship with one another when it came to co-parenting you?
To this day.
Would you ever use one parent against another to get what you wanted?
Nah. It wouldn't work anyways.
Why not?
It just won't work.
Now, looking back at your life, did this split affect you?
No.
Mom's side or
Mom's
father's
side?
She ends up getting married at some point?
Yeah, but not during my upbringing. She was with somebody else for a minute, for like 10 years.
A boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you deal with that? Good relationship with your mother's boyfriend or bad?
Yeah, good.
Now, sometimes I do interviews with people and they had a toxic relationship with maybe one of their parents' significant others. How were you able to have a good one when I've interviewed people that have had bad ones?
Because, shit, I was a cool dude and funny, and he was basically the same thing. He was childish, you know what I'm saying? He let us do whatever we wanted to do for real. He was cool with the stealing bikes, letting us stay up late. He was, we did whatever we wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? He was really no parent, you know what I'm saying? He just let us do what we wanted to do. Like everybody in the hood and all my friends came to my house. Like my house was that house. You feel me? I had all the treats and you feel me? The video games, stay up till whenever, go out whenever. It was really like a non-parent house, but everybody would come over because that's where the parent at, you know what I'm saying?
Was this also the house where girls would come over at some point?
Mm-hmm.
Lost your virginity in this house?
Mm-mm. Nope. Nope.
Remember when you did?
Yeah, 7th grade summer.
How did that happen?
7th grade summer I was hooping, and shit, after hoop, basically.
This was a girlfriend you had at the time?
Mm-mm. She was everybody's girlfriend, pretty much.
Back then, when you lost your virginity, were you the youngest sexually active back then in your area? 7th grade.
What you mean, like youngest?
Was that the youngest?
No, all the homies started using like 6th grade, 7th grade.
When you lost your virginity back then, was it influence? Was it peer pressure? Was it curiosity? Was it
I don't give in to
cool?
peer pressure. So that wasn't peer pressure. It was just shit. I was horny, shit. It was what it was.
Was it a spontaneous moment or was this premeditated?
No, I was waiting on that. It was definitely premeditated.
She knew it was going to go down. You knew it was going to go down.
She sent me my first booby pics. Yeah.
And you pursued her, it sounds like, or did she pursue you?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
I know she threw the pussy first, though. I ain't asked.
Was she a virgin?
No.
Did you fake like you had experience before?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Do you think she was able to tell that you...
It don't matter.
And your very first time, did you use protection?
Mm-hmm. My mom used to put condoms in my pocket before I lost my virginity.
So this was openly talked about with your mother or your parents?
No, she just put condoms in my pocket all the time.
Oh, it just wasn't talked about. It was just inferred.
Because she caught me watching pornos. So, yeah, so that's the type of time she was on.
And back then, in 7th grade, was that something that you were worried about at all when it came to STIs, STDs, teen pregnancy, things of that nature?
Hell yeah.
Was your family religious?
I mean, like, yeah, but we ain't go to church. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no go to church Sunday, every Sunday. It wasn't. We religious, but it wasn't, typical black family type religious for real.
It wasn't religious to the point where they wanted you to have sex after marriage?
No.
And When you lost your virginity with this female, was it like a one and done situation, or? Okay.
So she must have knew I was lying.
And did you still keep up with her? Did you have a relationship with her?
I tried, but like I said, she must have knew I was lying.
She cut you off.
Yeah, pretty much after that. Mm-hmm.
If you could turn back the hands of time, would you have done anything different when it came to losing your virginity?
Yeah, it would have been a different girl.
Would you have waited longer?
Then it probably wouldn't have been a different girl.
Now, when it comes to, and we got sidetracked there for a second, but when it comes to your mother's boyfriend, do you remember what age or what grade he came into your life? I know you said he stuck around for about 10 years.
Probably was like fourth grade.
Do you think you guys also had a good relationship? Not only because he was lax, you know, with the rules and stuff like that, but do you think it was because it was also when you were relatively young, him coming into your life?
Yeah. And my mom wasn't having it. My mom wasn't going to have me around somebody that she didn't feel we was going to bond.
Were you overprotective of your mother when it came to this boyfriend?
No, I'm not even that type.
Never sabotaged the relationship?
I ain't that type.
Never was the cause of their breakup?
When they broke up, it was my 7th grade year. And my mom tried to have me stay in the Doonies, and I didn't want to stay in the Doonies. She was like, you can stay in the Doonies with me, or you can stay here in the hood with him. You feel me? And I chose to stay in the hood, and that was the best summer of my life. And he left. He actually was going out of town. I don't know if he came to Atlanta or what, but he was going out of town a lot. And then my mom lived in the Doonies, so I had the whole house to myself the whole 7th grade year.
So, just for clarification purposes, when your mother split with the boyfriend, she was okay with you staying with the boyfriend?
Yeah, he a cool ass dude though.
Even though they're broken up and they have no romantic relationship anymore, she was okay with him parenting you.
Right. And he used to come give me what, $100, $200 a week, and shit, say make that work and say go to school, cause it was like the end. It was like 4th quarter of school before the summer, and he was like, make sure you go to school. And I went to school, and shit, wasn't nothing else to do. I went about to stay at home, wasn't nothing else to do. Made sure I went to school.
So how long did you stay under his roof for after
Just
the
that
breakup?
summer.
Oh, okay.
The next year I went to Robinson, a different school.
And you eventually move in with your mother in the Doonies?
She moved back to the hood. She didn't like it either.
What are the Doonies?
Like white neighborhood.
Did you like it or you didn't like it?
I never even got a chance to go there.
Oh.
I went there, and then I just didn't like it. It wasn't fun. It wasn't, you feel me? Nobody was outside. It wasn't nothing to do.
And good relationship still with both of your parents?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have any children yourself?
Nope.
Ever got someone pregnant?
Nope.
Do you want a child?
When I touch a few M's, yeah.
Not ready to be a father yet?
I ain't got a few M's.
Okay, now, when it came to your parents, what did they do for a living?
My mama do hair, and then my dad, he gamble. My dad gamble, and he sells CDs. He used to sell CDs. Like when I was growing up, you talking about, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he sold CDs. He was a bootleg nigga. Sold bootleg movies, feel me? Everybody door, get you 3 for $5. I think that's how it went. Yeah, my dad sold bootleg movies, and he gambled, for sure. And then my mom did hair.
Was he good at gambling?
Shit, everybody good at gambling until you ain't good at gambling. But my dad a crash out artist though, so he will walk in the house with some money and lose everything, and then go back home and get the rest of the money and lose that too. That's the type of gambler my dad is.
So not very good, or breaks even?
No, he don't break. He not that type. He not gonna break even. He go win or he gonna lose. That's just him.
So he was more on the losing end.
No, shit, cause when he win, he win. So it's just, you feel me, any given day type, you know what I'm saying?
Overall, though, do you think he won more, lost more, or broke even?
He probably lost more though, cause he a crash out artist. Crash out artists lose more.
What was he gambling on?
Madden, big Madden head. He actually on the little intro cover of the Madden that Mike Vick on.
He's on it?
Uh-huh.
Explain.
Like he came in second in the Bahamas playing Madden. Yeah, he big Madden head. He play tunk, shoot dice though. He do all that type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what did your parents foresee for you in the future? Did they want you to follow in their footsteps, or no?
Nah.
What did they foresee for you? You know, sometimes
anything.
parents...
Look, my mama from the hood. My mom was in the streets. I wasn't in the streets. You feel me? I just lived in the streets and was cool with everybody in the streets because type of person I was. You feel me? I wasn't no hoe, wasn't no bitch. You feel me? I was just me at all times. You know what I'm saying? And my dad was way more in the streets. You feel me? So I was just a cool nigga all around. You know what I'm saying? So, I forgot what the question was.
Well, I was asking, what did your parents foresee for you? You know.
So basically, you feel me? My dad dropped out as a freshman. You feel me? So whatever I did, it was just a bonus to everything. You feel me? Because that's basically what it is for real. They just wanted to see me be the best I can be for real. So me not gangbanging probably just made them happy, to be honest.
And we're talking freshman in high school or college, your father?
Freshman high school.
Now, when it came to financially speaking, all right, in the American society, people are placed in financial classes. There's poor, there's lower middle class, there's middle class, there's upper middle class, there's rich.
Right.
How would you describe your upbringing financially?
Depending on how you look at it. See, me being me, I didn't know we was poor. You know what I'm saying? So, because my mom always made sure I had anything. Like, if we going by the statistics, you feel me, something like on paper, then we probably poor as hell. But you feel me, me having anything I want, then to me in my head we rich. I never knew we was poor. You feel me? I ain't never know what poor was until I got out here on my own. So to me, it was like, you know what I'm saying, we rich for real. Got anything I wanted.
Now, even though on paper it was poor, like you had mentioned,
right?
Was your family ever able to move up higher in class as you grew up, on paper speaking?
No, we like I said, I never noticed. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you if we moved up on paper or we stayed on, like, you know what I'm saying? Having money, it can be gone any day, you know what I'm saying? So, especially when you getting it fast. My mom do hair, my dad gamble. One day he might got this, the next day he might got nothing, you feel me? So, it ain't no job, no salary, you know what I'm saying? I never been around people that had, you know what I'm saying, salaries or nothing.
When you realized at some point that on paper this was a poor lifestyle you were living in, for you personally, financially, what class were you able to see that difference at? Were you at some point yourself?
When I went to college?
Okay.
That's when I realized we didn't have no money. That's when I realized what money was. I never knew what, like, really money was or how much it meant to people, because I just give it to people or something like I wouldn't care about no money for real. So I never realized how much we didn't have until it was time for me to go out on my own.
For you personally, though, after you realize you made money in a higher financial class yourself?
I mean, you can say that, or you can just say I spend money in different ways, but my mom for sure got money, and my dad be having money too, so it's just they don't have money sometimes. You know, everybody got their ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way life is.
Did you seek making money at an early age?
Like I said, I didn't care about money until I needed it. I never had a need for money. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really care about shoes. I still don't. I didn't really care about clothes. All I cared about was football and having fun. That's pretty much me for real. Having fun for real.
Why weren't you into shoes or clothes when some kids are?
I just like having fun for real.